Okay, so RGB, multispectral, thermal, hyperspectral, LiDAR. So I have highlighted some uses depend on the sensors. So RGB का आपको पता ही है मोस्टली क्या करोगे आप RGB से विजुअल. So just few applications I have highlighted. So just read it. Anyone? First one, aerial mapping, imaging. So यही एक्सप्लेन किया मैंने आपको स्टार्टिंग में कि आप पॉसिबल क्या क्या कर सकते हो. किसमें? स्प्रेइंग इज टोटली डिफरेंट सेक्टर. हाँ, वायर ड्रोन्स. It is a different application. See, sensors are not. Sensors means we can add it also. जब हाँ चलो अच्छा वो क्वेश्चन बता पूछ लिया. AIML अब इसमें काम आएगा. AIML अभी आप कैसे करोगे? चलो आप थोड़ा सा सोचो कि आप ये जो क्वेश्चन पूछा है ना ये कैसे करोगे. नहीं, और उसमें थोड़ा एक तो हो गया. चलो उसने डिटेक्ट कर लिया कि जहां पे वेजिटेशन है वहीं पे वो आपका जो स्प्रिंकलर है क्या नोजल है वो सिर्फ ऑन करेगा और ऑफ करेगा. ये तो एक एप्लीकेशन हो गया. हाँ, नाउ ऑप्टिमाइजेशन ऑफ स्प्रे कैसे करोगे. ये जो डेटा हमने डिराइव किया हुआ है मल्टीस्पेक्ट्रल से, हाइपरस्पेक्ट्रल से, थर्मल से, जो भी हमने डिराइव किया कि हमारा पूरा फार्म है. अभी हम लोग क्या करते हैं, स्प्रेइंग ड्रोन लगा दिया, वो पूरे फार्म में चलता रहेगा, फिक्स क्वांटिटी पे चलता रहेगा. उसमें क्या होता है, आपका एक्स्ट्रा फर्टिलाइजर भी वेस्ट होता है, ऑप्टिमाइजेशन नहीं होता. जहां पे जरूरत नहीं है वहां पे आप क्यों स्प्रे करो. तो वो ऑप्टिमाइज कैसे करोगे, यूजिंग. सो पहले क्या करोगे आप, पहले ये सेंसर से आप डेटा कलेक्ट करोगे, एनालाइज करोगे और पैटर्न आइडेंटिफाई करोगे कि ये रीजन में मेरा, और जो कैलकुलेशन है आपका फर्टिलाइजर का कैलकुलेशन कि ये अगर कम है तो इतना फर्टिलाइजर डालना पड़ेगा. तो उस रीजन के लिए आप लोग क्या करोगे, कैलकुलेशन करोगे कि इतना स्प्रे मुझे इस रीजन के लिए चाहिए, ये रीजन के लिए मुझे समझो x चाहिए, इसके लिए x+2 चाहिए, इसके लिए x-2 चाहिए, मतलब चाहिए ही नहीं. तो हमने ये पूरा रीजन क्या कर दिया, आइडेंटिफाई कर दिया. तो ये डेटा हमने कहां पे डाल दिया, स्प्रेइंग ड्रोन में डाल दिया. ओके, तो स्प्रे ड्रोन हमने चालू कर दिया तो वो क्या करेगा, जहां पे जरूरत है वहां पे जाएगा, वहां पे नोजल स्टार्ट करेगा. क्वांटिटी आपने ऑलरेडी डिफाइन कर दी है कि इतनी क्वांटिटी ही स्प्रे करनी है. ओके, तो वो क्या करेगा, स्प्रे करेगा. और जहां पे जरूरत नहीं है वहां पे नोजल क्या हो जाएगा, ऑफ हो जाएगा. अगेन इट विल गो टू द सेकंड लोकेशन एंड spray. So this type of things you can do with the using AIML. So you can currently जो भी स्प्रेइंग ड्रोन है वो मैनुअल है. ओके, क्या है, मैनुअल ऑपरेटेड है, ज्यादा ऑटोमेशन उसमें नहीं है. तो आप उसको क्या कर सकते हो, आप थोड़ा सा अल्गोरिदम्स डिराइव करके आप एटलीस्ट उसको रफ लोकेशन दे सकते हो कि ये लोकेशन पे जाओ एंड डू द स्प्रेइंग. अदरवाइज आपको खुद से करना पड़ेगा वो, तो वो क्या हो जाता है, मैनुअल फिर हो जाएगा. तो AIML का कुछ फायदा नहीं है. सो यू नीड टू मेक इट दैट ऑटो पायलट्स इज मोर एडवांस, so you can use the AIML. Okay, so next, MSI means multispectral. So multispectral से आप क्या क्या कर सकते हो, First is plant health. Next, water quality. Next, vegetation indices. Next, again some types of counting also you can do with the basis of multispectral, hyperspectral, thermal, everything. Okay. Chlorophyll analysis. Do you know chlorophyll analysis? So that also you can find out chlorophyll level using the multispectral, using the different bands. There is a indices, chlorophyll indices, you can calculate it based on the different bands. Next is thermal. थर्मल से क्या होगा? हीट सिग्नेचर मिलेगा और इट्स डायरेक्टली रिलेशन टू द वाटर, हीट एंड वाटर. सो इंस्टेंट आपको क्या मिल जाएगा? वाटर क्वालिटी, वाटर स्ट्रेस रिलेटेड डेटा मिलेगा. सॉइल सॉइल ड्राई है, वेट है. सो यू कैन पैटर्नाइज और एनालाइज द वाटर स्ट्रेस रिलेटेड इश्यूज. सो इसमें क्या हो जाएगा? ऑप्टिमाइजेशन ऑफ इरिगेशन. सो ड्रिप इरिगेशन, आइदर स्प्रिंकलर इरिगेशन, और आप क्या करो, open irrigation. So you need to decide it based on the stress level. So इधर का weather तो mostly cold है. तो do you observe any water related stresses? Lot. So which kind of, low or high? Low water due to less watering.
Less watering as well as less rainfall. Over time, we have witnessed very less levels of rainfall as compared to.
Okay. Okay. So you already observing the water related stress. So you can directly use the thermal data to identify the hotspot. See, total always there is a drip irrigation or irrigation is going on at frequently, already you are doing daily or bi-weekly or something. So depend on the soil characteristics, region to region variability is there. So you can fly the drone, suppose thermal camera, weekly, and you can find out the hotspot where there is a need, and you can properly optimize the irrigation. Next, livestock detection, and next one, surveillance also. If there is a small animals are there roaming around your farm, you can detect that also due to the variation of heat and movement. Okay, this majorly used in the surveillance. The thermal camera are morely used in the defense surveillance sector. So similarly you can use the same into the agriculture also to get the information related to the change in temperature. Okay, and last, and hyperspectral. When you go to the hyperspectral, you can calculate more information, more indices. So there is a full spectrum analysis is there. There is a SWIR channel. Do you know the SWIR channel? There is a different multispectral bands are there. Okay, so you can identify the size, shape of the fruits, fruit health using the multispectral and hyperspectral also. So if you want to analyze the fruit is totally ready or not ready for the ripping, so you can do that also in using the hyperspectral or multispectral. So next, LiDAR. Now there is a new technology, new things coming in the agriculture or forest is LiDAR. So what do you know about the LiDAR? What you know about the LiDAR? So now you have know the visual, multispectral, thermal, hyperspectral. Now what is LiDAR? What is sonar? What is radar? You know? What is the principle of that? How the distance is measured? Hmm. 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 Receiver. Using type, using the, if there is a sonar, then there is a speed of sound. If there is a radar, speed of waves. And if there is a LiDAR, it's a light. But all three principle is same. So you need to reflect something, sorry, you need to send something and reflect it. So principle is same, basic principle is same. But now why LiDAR you want to use it? What is the benefit? What do you think? No, openly availability is not thing, but in the agriculture or forest, can you see the image? This one and the visual one. What difference you are seeing? Depth. You will get the third dimension with the LiDAR. In the visual, hyperspectral, thermal, only two-dimensional. Okay, you will get mostly the top view. You will not get the height of the tree. There is a height also, na? So for getting the height of the tree, you need the third dimension. So we use the LiDAR to accurately measure the height of the tree, to measure the canopy also, crown canopy of the tree. And you can superimpose the LiDAR data and hyperspectral data with each other, and you can get more detailed information. Because when you use the hyperspectral multispectral from the top, what you seen from the top, you will get only that. But when you fuse it with the LiDAR, you will get some bottom trunk details also. Because trees are there, one one leaf is there, second leaf is below or some downside, third leaf, fourth leaf, okay, branches are there. So how you will get the details of these branches? So we need the LiDAR. Either you can use the LiDAR from the top like the drone, or you can use the LiDAR from the bottom also. So there is a you can place some rover type kind of things, remotely operated machines, like vehicle, like you move the cars, right? Like that you can mount the LiDAR on it. You can move the LiDAR from the bottom where there is a gap between two trees, and you can collect the data from the downward side. Also you can collect the data from topward side. Mix these two data set, you will get more enhanced information. So as you get the information of this tree from bottom and top with the hyperspectral, multispectral or LiDAR, you will get more information, okay, and that information will be helpful to generate the yield. Last ultimate aim is what? Yield. So जितना आपको इंफॉर्मेशन मिलेगा ट्रीज के बारे में, उतना क्या होगा आपके लिए बेनिफिट है. सो ड्रोन विल बी यूज्ड इन दैट सेंस. सो स्प्रेइंग के लिए तो आप ऑलरेडी यूज कर रहे हो. सो टू ऑप्टिमाइज द स्प्रेइंग यू कैन यूज द ड्रोन फॉर मैपिंग एंड ऑप्टिमाइजिंग द लोकेशंस. हाँ, सी सेंसर तो डेटा कलेक्ट करेगा. You need to use the algorithms. There is already few developed algorithms are already available. IdeaForge actually not giving the algorithms, but some things are there we already have developed, so we can provide that application software or the platform. So we will give the sensors and some cloud-based system is there. We have the cloud-based system. We have already enabled some algorithms. Not directly, you need to upload it. Yeah, so you can upload it, and as per your requirement you can generate the output. Okay. Flood mapping and landslide, I think these are the two topics you can morely correlate. So how you can use this in the flood mapping, surface variation detection, and land. So water level lidar से no. सी एक्चुअल में यहाँ पे जो फ्लड मैपिंग है, ओके, सी देयर इज वन limitation of the drone, a limitation of the lidar. Basic limitation of lidar is what? Do you know? It cannot, no, it cannot get the data from water, because water absorb the light, it knows reflect. So all the sonar, radar, lidar works on the principle of physics. It's refraction and reflection. What is meaning of reflection, refraction, absorption? So this is the physics, total physics, based on the physics. So water absorb the light, so you will not get the data of the watering surface. But again, it can be useful in flood mapping or flood analysis. How? See, you can know the watering area, but major importance is with the lidar you will get exact ground information, ground levels, because lidar can penetrate the trees, bushes, and it can go up to the ground level. What happens with the visual, thermal and things? It cannot go beyond the trees. It cannot get the surface values. So see, in the first visual, when there is a gap between two trees, you can see the ground. That only information, ground information we can get. But what exactly below the tree, what level of ground is there, that you cannot go it in the visual. So but in lidar it will penetrate. How penetrate? आप सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूँ. टॉर्च आपने यूज किया, टॉर्च, इट्स द बेस्ट एग्जांपल ऑफ लाइडार इन इट्स प्रिंसिपल. आप टॉर्च ऑन करो, तो क्या दिखेगा आपको? एक स्पॉट दिखेगा. ओके, मेक वन ऑब्जेक्ट, okay, in front of lidar, in front of torch. What will happen? Shadow. And shadow means what? In that object it will reflect, and
and
other
other
portions
portions
are
are
again
again travel
traveling to
to.
till the end. So
So
see, there is a two leaves and there is a gap between two leaves. What will happen? So
so
it
it
will
will
reflect from these two leaves and it will continue its journey downwards till there is a another objects will hit.
hit.
So if the object will be maybe another branch, tree, or leaf, or maybe the ground. So in that way, lidar will go one by one and it will hit the ground and it will again come back to the top of the receiver. So this type you can get the actual information of ground. So using the software, you can remove all the top information and you can get the bare soil, bare information.
So can't we use sonar instead of lidar? That we can use that for long ranges as well, and we are able to create that modeling. That purpose is also solved.
No, in land base, mostly sonar will not work properly. Sonar is morely work on where? Underwater. Underwater. So radar is, we can use the, I think you have heard the synthetic radar. So now synthetic radar we are using in the land based application also. There is a new development. Satellite is already derived. Pulsar, SAR based satellites are already there. Synthetic aperture radar. We can collect the data, process it, and we can get the ground information. But lidar is more easier to collect and process than SAR. So we need to do the easier way also. So easy to understand and easy to process. So using the lidar, you can generate the your whole tree information. Okay. So any questions or doubt? So yeah. So I think we have almost covered. So in which sense you can use the drone? What first? We have already seen the, I think from last 2-3 days, the spraying one. So next we can, what we can do? Sensing. Using the remote sensing methodology, different sensors you can sense and collect the data, do the things. Mapping. So this is the elevation map. You can see the different elevations without any object, surface object. It's a bare land. So using the lidar, you can generate this bare land information. Okay. So you can see the gaps. Okay. Drainage pattern. You can analyze the flood analysis, drainage, if there is a rainfall. Okay. So you can analyze how the water will flow based on the ground information. So same technology, same thing you can use in your farm. So when you get your proper information of land, bare land, you can simulate your irrigation pattern. So from which end you need to irrigate so that it will naturally irrigate your whole land, either through open channel irrigation or sprinkler. This type of things you can correlate. And harvesting, new type of innovation is currently develop, the countries are developing. What is this? How this will use? To now what happened? Suppose some citrus fruits are there, apples are there, which is in bigger size. Okay, suppose trees are also the huge. So to pick it, to harvest it, we use the drones. So in the drone, there is the sensors, RGB and multispectral you can mount. It can visualize it, okay, and it is ready or not. That also using the AIML, you can identify that yes, this fruit is ready. We can take it out. So it will fly, it will scan, it will identify, and it will pick, and it will store in the bucket. So this is a new type of innovation is going on using the AIML only. No, mostly it will pick it and it will some there is a ground basket is there, not on the his payload. It will drop in the ground basket. There is some location they have fixed in the ground, so it will pick it and it will keep it. So that type of things are in development. So you can go in that direction also. So you can develop the algorithms where you can find out the fruit is ready to be harvested or not. And you can do this. Suppose he is the developer of drone, so you can collaborate with him, develop one quadcopter with some pickers, and use the AML to scan it and pick it up. Okay, so like hands you can derive. So there is a many developments are going on in directions. And if you have seen the greenhouse things, so in the greenhouse there is a physical robots are there where you can directly scan it, pick the things. Strawberries, mostly this is using strawberries currently use. So many in countries, other countries, they are using the robots to pick it. When there is a small tree, you can use the robots. When there is a bigger tree, you can use the drones. For the upper part and lower part, you can go for the robots or physical also. Its optimization is there. You need to optimize your things. So any other application can you think how drones can be used other than this?
So there is a wave two of those birds coming and picking up the ripe fruits,
Yes,
even before humans
yes,
eat it.
yes,
We can use them like I was thinking of doing that, not doing myself, but getting some service provider to do that for me. Plus, there are some issues of like animals, wild animals coming in the farms and destroying it. Like when we have this spring time and the flowers start to blossom, there are birds that come and pick them up. And when it's the harvesting time, say the time of September, October, when the fruit is already ready to be picked, there are bear attacks because bears have a special tendency of coming to farms at that particular time. Humans, mostly, if it happens during night time, it's very dangerous for humans to go out and catch
yeah.
them. So,
See now if bear is there, so you can play the sound.
right.
Okay, so we can mount the megaphones. Okay, already the available is there. Market is available with the megaphones. So you can mount the megaphones and spotlights, lights, external lights. So you can fly the drone
But
using night time also.
I have one issue. Say, for
Hmm.
How does the drone know that the bear has attacked? For that, I need to keep awake all the
Yes.
time.
Yes.
It's much better for me to keep dogs that I'm already doing.
Yeah, that is, see, that is the best option. But you can also, if there is a fencing cameras are there, so you can,
But for fencing cameras, you need to keep a watch on the cameras, and you can't do that all the
no,
night.
no, no, detection sensors, motion detection sensors are there, AIML, you can put it. As it sees, it will give you the alarm, and drone can automatically fly and go to that location. Or if there is a fencing system is there, alarm is there, it can sound it. No need to, again, no need to go to the drone also. So it can, some, you can set up some intervals, some sound systems, some speakers on the trees itself, so it can start the sound, so that by sound it will run away. This can do. Now for the again, crows and everything, the birds and everything, you can, only option is the sound. So similarly, you can, if continuously there is a frequently drone flying, then most probably we observe there is no birds because of the sound of the propellers, so will not come. So you can use that also, and you can use the megaphones also.
But then there is a danger to this bird pollinators because it acts as pollinators as well. My whole concern here is that if I'm replacing things like dogs and human interference with drones, ultimately I'm talking about increasing the yield, increasing productivity. But over time, if I keep doing this, the main motto of this all dies down. I find it a very weak prototype of what I'm already using. It's not able to,
Yeah,
satisfy me that way.
see, uh,
Because while I'm doing this, when we started talking about drone system, the first thing that all the people who came here to speak said was that fine, we are going to use them and we are going to increase the productivity, the output will increase, plus it would do less harm to the biodiversity and soil because, as you said, it's going to do targeted spraying and all that. At the same time, it's going to do so much harm to the already set ecosystem that it's going to definitely over time, not immediately, but over using when I'm using it, say for example a decade, I'll find that bees have stopped coming to my farm, which are ultimately the main pollinators. The birds have stopped coming, and it is somehow going to overall affect the main
yes,
water over time die down. So there is nothing in this system that is able to satisfy me. Fine, I have now come to a place where I find a better option to what I'm already using. That may be like somewhat time consuming, but that human touch is there. I believe fine might be in 2 to 3 generations from now, my mentality has been eroded, and there is someone who somehow gets satisfied with all this. But as far as say, see, I'm just a participant there, and my main motto is like doing well to my already dying down agriculture in my state. Over time, we have seen a rapid decline in overall productivity of my state. That might be because of many reasons. But the matter of the fact is, many people in today's world are turning back to homesteading, what we call homesteading. Like 2 generations from now, we had this, our great grandparents or grandparents, they knew how to grow their food. Now, my kids and all the kids around me, they're all like my kids only, they are like, for them, food is something that comes from the supermarket. And I believe this technology is going to add more to it. I have specifically come here to this place just to see if my mentality, I have not come with a bias or any prejudice. I just came to analyze if this is feasible for a farmer. When we are talking of drone as a tool in agriculture, I believe it is too young for agriculture as of yet. So you guys who are all stakeholders in this field need to think with more human touch rather than this might be very useful in medical field. I have seen that happening, but as far as agriculture is concerned, I believe this is not doing any big innovation or anything.
See, you have used the word tool. This is a tool. We are not replacing the human, and we can't replace the human in the farming. So I'm not saying drone will replace the human touch. We can't, and we should not. Okay, so just drone will act as a tool like your other tools to get the proper information.
पर जब हम ओवरऑल एवरेज कश्मीरी प्लस माइनस करके देखते हैं
Hmm.
तो आई बिलीव दिस इज an utter loss.
See, in this region, it is a starting phase. Okay, currently in India, these agricultural drones and these things are in the initial phase. But if you go outside India, it is already using more than 50%. It is a part of their farming, and they have get the better yield. See, I'm not saying do the 100%. Okay, but if you don't have the proper information, okay, you're doing the farming with tradition things, and anyway, okay, you're getting the things, but if you get more information, it will helpful or not.
I'm just telling you the other aspect of it. Sir.
No, I understood. So see, I'm not talking you fly the daily, because these things are not flying. Serving and mapping multispectral are not flying daily.
Even the spray.
Even though spraying, it will fly at some particular interval. Okay, so as you said, there is a affect, the biodiversity affects like birds and everything. So this is not due to the drones as observed.
I just saw a picture, I guess 3-4 slides back, where there were many drones flying in air.
So that is representation.
That is what I'm saying, and somehow I felt like it is the near future of it, and I was scared to the core of myself.
Yeah, see, this is a representation, and see, if there is a big farm, so you can't cover the big farms using single drone, because there is some particular time is there, you need to do the action. So for that you need multiple drones to do the work, and later on it will stay in the storage. So spraying time is suppose in month one time, so you will do that and keep the drone on the storage room. You no need to fly every day for that information. The second application, as you say, for the bear monitoring, birds monitoring, that requires a frequent flying. Now you need to decide application, which application you need to serve using the drone. So you need to figure out the application. The surveying, multispectral, and this type of applications are one time only. So it's depend on your phase of the tree. So sorry, growing phase of the your
The
stage of the current. So initial stage before cultivation, you can fly, you can generate the information and start the cultivation preparation. At some interval, at some particular interval, again fly and do the analysis. At some interval, 1 or 2 months, depend on the stages. So this is the stages wise information you need to collect it. No need to fly the daily. Drones are not recommended to fly the daily. When there is a need, you need to fly it. So one giving example. So we have got some requirement of the vineyards to monitor the grapes for their yield monitoring, okay, at particular stages. So they already using the drone in the US for the same application. What they are using, they are flying the drone above the grapes line, collect the indices, collect the information, okay, then they will generate the indices, everything, process it, and they will analyze the hotspots, okay. They will again do the second round of drone, go closer to that hotspot only, okay, and again do the deeper analysis of what exactly is happening. There is a second layer of information, and after that they do the remedies, and I think more than 30% there is an increase in yield. So they are already using, and same they want to implicate into the India. So they are exploring options in India. So these are already happening. These are happening on the stages of your trees, old pattern. You can't do the daily. The inspection and the surveillance are happening on the daily basis. You can reduce that using the uh, land-based cameras. Don't go for the drone-based cameras for surveillance, animal tracking, and the birds tracking if you want. Go on the physical-based cameras and identify it, and use the algorithms to detect and automate the alarms. So you need to optimize the tools. Which tool you need to use it for which application. You can't use drone everywhere. There is actually what happening in Indian current market. Everyone is thinking we can use the drone everywhere. So we got random information, random inquiries from people. Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? Just because of yes, drone is there, we can do this. But is there any really drone is advisable or not? That also we need to find out. So this is a tool. As you said, this is a tool. Yes. Now drones are using in war also, as you are already seeing. So drones are the tool. Now how you are using, it's a call. And technology, as you said, आपको पता है फार्मिंग कैसे करना है, इनको नहीं पता फार्मिंग कैसे करना है. मेरा भी खेत है, मुझे पता है फार्मिंग कैसे करना है, बट मेरे बाद जो आएगा उनको पता नहीं फार्मिंग कैसे होगी. वो जैसे आप बोले सुपरमार्केट से मिलने वाला है. तो उस टाइम पे अल्टीमेटली टेक्नोलॉजी इज द की फैक्टर फॉर द यील्ड. सो उसमें क्या हो जाएगा, जो हमारे लेबर्स है वो उस टाइम पे कम कम हो जाएंगे लेबर्स. तो लेबर को रिप्लेसमेंट के लिए टेक्नोलॉजी आने वाली है. यू कांट इग्नोर द टेक्नोलॉजी right now. You need to go hand by hand and optimize your things. नहीं तो क्या हो जाएगा, आगे जाके ऐसा स्टेज आएगा वहां पे आपको सडनली उस पे जाना पड़ेगा. उससे अच्छा आप अभी से स्टार्ट करो ताकि आपको धीरे 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 पता चले यस इट इज बेनिफिशियल और नॉट. यू नीड टू गो हैंड बाय हैंड. अभी आप मोबाइल यूज कर रहे हो ना, पहले था मोबाइल नहीं था, अभी इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ. सो दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स विल हैपन. चेंज. हेलो. Yeah. So already I have explained, but this is the actual way how the how you can use the information. Okay, so there is a tree, there is a multispectral bands are there. So mainly the infrared will receive and reflect based on the health of the trees. So if there is any problem, so see, you can see this one, dead leaf, stress leaf and healthy leaf. So how these bands will reflect? Okay, when there is a healthy leaf, what will reflect more? NIR band, and other RGB will be on little bit flatter side. Same, when there is a little bit stress, the blue will go down, and when there is a dead lift, you will observe almost everything on the higher side. So these are the observations, and based on this we can do the formulation indices, and we can calculate the, see, you can see the red spot, green spot in the down image, and you can see the ground truthing information, ground images of the farm. You can see the stress level, green and red one. So this type of information you can directly get from the data set. And where there is a red spot, you can go on the ground and check the what happened. So suppose आपका 100 एकड़ का बहुत बड़ा लैंड है और हर जगह तो आप जा नहीं सकते हो, तो उस टाइम पे ये यूज होता है. So it's a early detection, identification of stress factor using the multispectral. ये समझ गए? Any questions? Yeah. Yes, different plants will reflect differently. Okay, so you need to actually जो indices है, so उस हिसाब से वैल्यू, मोस्टली जो indices का वैल्यूज आता है 0 to 1. Okay, 0 to 1. So 1 means healthy and 0 means dead. So you will get that type of information, and you can redefine or refine it using the real-time information. So you can filter out. So these are the range for this particular plant. This is the range for this particular plant, and you can filter out the data. This thing is already you have seen spraying. How you will optimize it based on the previous information. So you will the hotspot, and it will hop. It will just go spot to spot, not on the whole field. So it will optimize it. Scouting. ये क्या होता है scouting? What is a crop scouting? It's one of the type of monitoring. So in the bigger way, first you can monitor it, you can map it, then go to the only hotspot level and do the more detailed analysis. It's called a scouting. So this can be used also with the drones, or you can add a human touch to get real-time ground information. So little bit about the workflow. So अभी क्या रहेगा workflow आपका? How the workflow will be there? Just read it. I think it is clear.
we can on and off change the sensors according to our requirement.
Yes, it's a plug and play, so you can remove and replace.
Actually, these multispectral, hyperspectral, they're not cameras, they're
Camera,
sensors.
camera. Yeah, means see, actually in technical language we call it as a sensor. In layman language you can call it as a camera. So drone is a carrier. Okay, you can fly it using multiple sensors, collect the data, process it using softwares, use the AI algorithms, analytics, and find out the end results. So now where your work will start, where your work will start, majorly you are targeting area is AML. So after data collection you can process the data, use the ground truthing information and generate the AML algorithms.
कोई डेटा सेट होगा अवेलेबल पब्लिक जिस पे ये काम कर सके?
Yes, already available in market. Online websites पे है available.
They have one lecture.
So this is a simple workflow. Any questions? Yeah. So now next, as ma'am also highlighted, the challenges. What may be the challenges?
कश्मीर में रेगुलेटरी चैलेंज सबसे
All India, not in Kashmir, all India.
बैटरी मैनेजमेंट.
Ha. See what challenges, regulatory challenges is a by default. Next, technical limitations. Okay, so technical limitations क्या है? One is, yeah, there is battery, but one is, main is knowledge of technology to the farmers. यही पता नहीं है कि उनको कैसे यूज करना है.
बोलते हैं ड्रोन में भी 100 लीटर पानी डालते
हाँ, क्यों डालना है?
हैं.
एजुकेशन. जहां पे नहीं जरूरत है वहां पे क्यों डालना? सो लिमिट, सबसे बड़ा अभी लिमिटेशन तो एजुकेशन ऑफ द फार्मर्स है, कि फार्मर्स को एजुकेट करना कि कैसे आप ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हो. जब तक ये नहीं होगा तब तक ये टेक्नोलॉजी यूजलेस है. If you go abroad, you will get more farmers are now shifting.
वो तो ब्रॉडकास्टर यूज करते हैं सीडी.
बहुत बहुत यूज कर रहे हैं. So they have started the Cessna, जो एयरक्राफ्ट है ना, सेस्ना एयरक्राफ्ट, ड्रोन के पहले से भी वो सेस्ना एयरक्राफ्ट से सीडिंग, वाटरिंग, स्प्रेइंग सब करते हैं. तो ड्रोन तो अभी आया है, 10 साल हो गए. आप पकड़ लो कि मार्केट में समझो एक्चुअल यूज तो 10 साल से हुआ है.
10 साल का है
इंडिया में तो अभी हुआ है, बाहर तो पहले स्टार्ट हो गया. इंडिया में समझो 2 ही साल पकड़ लो. 2018 से वैसे चालू हुआ है, बट आप समझ लो ये 2 से 3 साल में सबसे ज्यादा यूज हो रहा है. सो इट्स इनिशियल स्टेज फॉर इंडिया. So that's why PM also started
ड्रोन.
the drone Didi and think why government is investing upfront money because of education. अभी एजुकेट करेंगे तब जाके किधर 5-10 साल में उसका इफेक्ट दिखेगा. अभी सबको पता है कि वो कितना यूजफुल है नहीं है, वो सबको पता है कि यूजफुल नहीं होने वाला, क्यों होने वाला है, बट क्या हो जाएगा, एटलीस्ट एक एजुकेशन स्टार्ट हो जाएगा. एग्रीकल्चर बहुत सारी अभी गवर्नमेंट, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट फ्री में दे रहा है स्प्रेइंग ड्रोन्स। क्यों? टू एजुकेट, क्योंकि थोड़ा सा एजुकेट होगा तब जाके टेक्नोलॉजी पे वो क्या हो जाएंगे, रिलाई करने स्टार्ट करेंगे, क्योंकि अभी लेबर कॉस्ट भी महंगा हो रहा है। देन फाइनेंशियल, skilled workforce and financial. So that's why some subsidies are implemented. Why? To reduce the financial burden. तो ये थोड़े थोड़े इनिशिएशंस गवर्नमेंट कर रही है, but until the farmers get properly educated and some regulations little bit go little bit easier, वो क्या हो जाएगा, 5 से 10 साल में मोस्टली ऑलमोस्ट हो जाएगा। ये इज अ इनिशियल स्टेज। And there is another things also, fear of job is one of the thing, labors ये है, flight time range, there is some technological limitations are there, weather constraint, yes. So there is a another factors are there. Now what will be the benefits? Some couple of last slides. So what will be the benefits? What you will think? Ha, ultimate, this is the farm yield is our ultimate aim, but
precision farming, reduction of fertilizer.
yes,
pesticide.
अल्टीमेटली अगर आपने एक शायद से स्टडी भी देखा रहेगा कि पंजाब में, पंजाब इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल फॉर एक्सेसिव फर्टिलाइजर यूजेस एंड वाटर यूजेस। उसका साइड इफेक्ट बताओ मुझे क्या हो रहा है? वो तो हो रही है, ह्यूमन साइड में क्या इफेक्ट हो रहा है? कैंसर। सो ये ऑलरेडी लाइव केस है, ये ऑलरेडी आपको पता है कि ड्यू टू excessive use of water and excessive use of pesticides, what happening? Human health is getting deteriorated. Again, जो आपका wheat, जो भी आप पैदा कर रहे हो, उसमें भी तो वो फर्टिलाइजर जा रहा है ना अंदर, तो वो भी हम लोग खा रहे हैं, जो ह्यूमन कंजम्पशन हो रहा है, उसमें क्या हो रहा है? अगेन हमारे इसमें भी अननेसेसरली वो कैंसर पैरामीटर्स आ रहे हैं। सो वी नीड टू थिंक इन दैट डायरेक्शन ऑल्सो, कि अगर अभी हम नहीं किया तो हमारी जो अगली पीढ़ी है, क्योंकि ये ऐसा है कि आज बोया तो अभी नहीं पता चलेगा, ये इट्स अ स्लो पॉइजन, इट्स अ स्लो पॉइजन। सो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन और नेक्स्ट टू नेक्स्ट जनरेशन को अफेक्ट होगा। सो दैट्स व्हाई टेक्नोलॉजी adoption is why important to safeguard the future also. And what you can say, decision making is there, proper decision making you can do. And read it. So I think it is self-explanatory. Benefits. And now last topic, future of drones in agriculture. So अभी हमने जितना देखा, what you have seen, what you think, it's their future or not? Yes. So it's your, now it's in your hand, because you are the new generation. So when you think, when you do it and start the implementation, then your next generation will get some benefits. And do so, some reports is there, you can check the difference. What is the, so growing agriculture, global agriculture drone market. expected is around 31% because of requirement of yield. Higher requirement is there because population is getting increased day by day, and to feed that people, the yield you require, more and more yield you require. So it is expected that it is growing rapidly. It is around 31%. So you need to adopt it, the technology, you need to optimize it at your level, and you can start the using. You can start with the simple application and keep it better and use it.
So do you have any real-time data showing increase in heat after usage of drones?
There is a multiple case studies are there. There is a, you can search it on the Google Scholar and everything. There is multiple case studies are there with the different agricultural fields. See, it's depend on the actually right now many research and studies are going on citrus fruits and apples and these kinds of fruits, high value fruits. There is a many studies are there in the research papers. You can directly use it and you can implement the same thing also at the initial level. And you see, these case studies are based on their farms and their practices. You need to little bit change it as per your weather conditions and everything. So see, actually precision farming is not only related up to the drone level. Okay, precision farming covers the IoT also. It needs the IoT devices also. Do you know IoT devices?
Yeah, in the ideal world, how it will happen is the IoT would be connected with drones as well.
Yes.
So it will be connected with your weather system. It will be connected to your health crop monitoring system. So any signal which is created from a say health crop monitoring system, it says there's a fungus infection going on in particular area. Then the drone will fly using that signal and go into that area, spray the whatever is
Right.
required, and then come back.
So now all the devices will communicate with each other. Next phase is what? Now see, there is a multiple devices already established. Suppose drone is a one tool. I am saying tool. IoT is one tool. Okay. So everything will be, next phase is what? Everything will communicate with each other and give you the real time information. And one control system is there who will monitor the thing and take the decision. Either he can take the decision or automatic decision is there. So based on the how algorithm is accurate. So startingly you can take over your the remedies you can take under your control. You want to do it or not. So precision farming is not related to only drone. Precision, it's a whole ecosystem. Precision farming comes remote sensing, GIS, drone is a tool, IoT devices, weather information, soil information with the physical things, ground truthing. There is a huge parameters are there.
You can include satellite imagery.
Yes, primarily on the, you can start with the satellite imagery, and when you go on the deeper one, you can use the drone imagery. So it is not only the drone. It is a one part of the precision farming. Drone is a part of the precision farming. And because it can access on smaller area also, easy also, that's why the drone is morely useful. And it reduces the human intervention, human labor cost and everything.
And time.
And time. I think sir is already using drones. So he can just little bit share the experience so that they can.
We will have a demo tomorrow, most probably.
Good,
where
sir.
we will show how it is sprayed on, say, high density apple trees or crop, whichever is identified for the demo.
So this will give you the some experience. Wh-
In drones, in agriculture drones, we have mainly two flight modes, autonomous and manual, right? So if a field is horizontal, so for example, we are spraying on paddy field, then we can use the autonomous flight mode. We feed the longitude, latitude to the drone, and then it flies on its own. It sprays on its own. There's a rate set at which it will spray the thing. But in case of high density trees or the traditional trees, we use the manual mode of flight. Because where we are not able to completely make the drone understand where the actual line of trees is. Right? We can give it longitude and latitude. If we can't tell it that whether the row is like this, and then there is a gap of 6 feet, and then there is another row. But in paddy, it works, but not on high density trees or anything.
because there is a gap between two trees at some particular intervals are there. So you need to either do the manual or you can define the line one by one line. There is a mission planning you can do.
That one by one line it takes
It's take time, yes. So it's manual always better. So again, one disadvantage is what? You can spray at fixed particular interval, so you will waste additional fertilizer. So this is basic disadvantage of continuous spraying, and this to be optimized.
Yeah, with technological
Yes,
advancements, it will happen that over time that drone will be able to identify that this is the row where I need to spray. But right now it's not at that.
so the industry is currently developing new things. So you can work on this close with the sir or any industry partners. You can correlate, you can do on the field works, do the go to the field, get the inputs from users and redefine the algorithms. That way you can go. And the last one is a new already used in other countries, but in India we can not frequently using this.
RFID अब उन्होंने
Ha,
RFID
yes, RFID. So they are currently caller RFID they are using to locate and but again to detect RFID you need the IoT devices surrounding whole farm. So RFID will detect the tags and locate the cattle. So this type of things,
drone can also
yes. So you can fly, detect it, and at least you can count it and where is the location you can get the details.
अभी हमारे को क्या चाहिए जो हमारा एग्रीकल्चर ड्रोन है
हाँ
उसी में हमारे को कैमरा चाहिए मल्टी स्पेक्ट्रम
हाँ
because you can't afford to have survey drone अलग से and agriculture drone अलग से it's a huge cost.
yes. So see again this is the financial and this is the limitations are there. So
As a company लोग कर सकते हैं कंपनी अफोर्ड कर पाएगी but if you think कि अगर एक individual farmer के पास drone है you can't expect him to have a survey drone and then have an agriculture
yes for a see again that's why actually what happening survey drones are the lighter one.
अब नहीं वो तो मैं वही
हाँ
कह रहा हूँ जैसे मैं अगर मैं एग्रीकल्चर डिपार्टमेंट के लिए काम कर रहा हूँ ठीक है मैं सर्वे ड्रोन अफोर्ड कर लूंगा
हाँ
क्योंकि मुझे काम मिलेगा
yes
अब सपोज उनमें से कोई बंदा है जिसके पास 100 एकड़ जमीन है वो उसका अपना एग्रीकल्चर फार्म अब वो उसके लिए सर्वे ड्रोन अलग से तो नहीं लेगा अगर उसको एग्रीकल्चरल ड्रोन में ही मल्टी स्पेक्ट्रल कैमरा लगाने का ऑप्शन मिल जाए तो वो उस पर सर्वे कर सकता है खुद से
yes but अभी अभी current challenges क्या है कि the drone agriculture drones or that not much on the accuracy side
नहीं उनका प्रॉब्लम दूसरा है
और
उनका प्रॉब्लम ये है कि उनकी
बैटरी लाइफ
कम है कि
वेट
100 एकड़
वो
में
भी है हाँ तो there is some different factors also and some accuracy factors also because survey requires accuracy sub centimeter accuracy is required and currently already some work is going on, but that what happens is agriculture's limitations are there, battery limitations, weight, and that coverage area. So there is some limitations are there. So due to that, now let's see.
Yeah, because you are from the manufacturing.
Yes, we know that.
All this feedback.
Yes, we already know. So thank you, and I hope कि जो भी discussion हुआ वो healthy रहा, and I hope you understood the uh, what precision farming's drones survey and everything. So any questions or feedback from your side, so that what things next you want to learn?